welcome back to my very irregular videos. But I wanted to talk to you today about another AIX DSP plugin I've been using. As a little disclaimer, I am associated with these guys because I've done some beta testing for them, and because of that I've received free licenses. But I do it because I believe in these plugins. They're great. I mean, it's, you know, you'll see when we get into this. You've seen a couple of the other ones that I've done before, and if you want to purchase any of these, please, I've got affiliate links. I'll put them in the description. Please use them. Costs you nothing, helps me out, and it gives me a little kickback. So let's get on with this. So what I wanted to talk to you today, let me bring them on up, is DrumEQ, or DrumQ as it's called. Now I'm not going to go through a mixing drums tutorial here. I'm just going to want to show you the basics of how this works and what the kind of whole philosophy on it is. So basically you can tune the EQ to your drum. Okay, let me just show you very briefly. So if we solo out my kick in, and we shall play it, let's just get rid of that. So if we have our DrumQ here, so if we play our kick, now as you can see we get a visual representation of what's going on here, and you can see kind of around here is where our fundamental is. There is lower ones, but let's just stick with this one. So if we, with this knob here, we can actually tune the whole EQ to that fundamental. So it's changing slightly depending on how hard he hits it, but it's roughly around, what's that, 85, 86 Hertz. So if we boost that up, what we'll do, if we select, we can select that octave width by clicking on it, or we can change it here with this knob, or we can have an overview of all the octaves and the resonant harmonic in that octave. So if we close that down just now, let's do this. So this is the whole point. So we tune our octave to the fundamental of our drum, and it automatically then calculates all the other octaves above, plus within that octave you see you've got a resonant frequency which is transposed at 700 cents at the moment, that you can change that if you want, but I'm just going to leave it as it was, so put it back to 700. So that, you know, it gives you the octave, the harmonic resonant note above that octave, and then onto the next octave, the resonant harmonic note above. Gives you, you know, it really does help you tune the EQ to your drum. So what I'll do is we'll go through quickly. I've got these EQs on all of my close mics, so the 2 kicks, 2 snares, and the toms. So if we very quickly just go through and we'll see how we can make this sound. So if we have a listen to our original resonant frequency on this is the inner kick. We can give that a boost a little bit. Just put these on. So we can just have a listen to what that resonant frequency is doing, and then we can go up another octave. So just by, if we drop that down a little bit, just takes a little boxy touch out. What's that? I think so. This one. So you can see we're at 346 Hertz here. It gives you the actual exact frequency here, same with the resonant. So just drop a touch of that out. I mean, you can go through and listen to what every octave's doing. I mean, there's nothing I hear really. Now I want to boost a little bit of click, so let's go up to 5K and just see. Don't forget, this is the inside mic, so we'll listen to it in context now. quite nice. Now what I want to check is my volume. So I'm at minus 5.6. So we can just bring this down to try and match the volumes. Roughly. That's close enough. I mean, you can go in here and type in a value if you want. So now if we listen to it without it. Okay, with it, there's a big difference. So I'm just going to turn my headphones up a little. Okay, so let's go on to the outside kick now. Now, I never recommend doing this in solo. I'm just doing it to demonstrate the EQ here. So, again, if we want to tune this, this is a bit lower. It's down here. It's about 60 hertz or something, I'm guessing, but yeah, about 62. So we'll listen to that boosted. Now, I'm not looking for a lot of top end out of my outside mic. I would like just to get some bass out of it. Let's just skip up. Just hear a little bit of resonance there. And then match the volume again. Okay, without it. With it. And then the two together. And if I take out the DrumQ on both of them, with it, big difference. Okay, so let's bring in a snare. Now what I'm going to do with the snare, I'll process that in a folder. So I've got the top and bottom going into a folder, and I'm just going to process it as one, you know, the whole thing. So again, we just want to find our resonant frequency, which is up here. So about there. So then usually I want to boost about 200. So let's boost the resonant harmonic above the fundamental. Give some body. Just want to hear what's going on here. I just want to take that down a little. So that I want to just duck out a little touch. That's what I was hearing. Just a couple of dB. And then let's go up a little bit, try and get some snap. Up at 5.7. Just bring this down a tad, just to match the volumes again. Without it. With it. Now if we listen to those three in the whole kit, and I'll drop out the processing. With it. Without. Okay. So let's just go on quickly to our toms. I've added the multiband gate on this because the heads were resonating, so I just wanted to drop that out. So we've got a multiband gate you've already seen in another video that I did. So let's tune this first tom again. We'll listen to it all in context. I'm just going to loop a little bit here just so that I can find the fundamental. So you'll have to excuse this for a second. So it's up about here somewhere. 130 hertz. Just want to get a bit of stick sound on it. without it, with it. Let's see what it'll be better up here. Yep. Let's just knock out a little bit of funkiness I can hear. Just touch of that. Right, without it, with it. And then if we just do quickly the same thing for the next tom. I mean, I'm just kind of rushing through this now because I'm sure you kind of get the basic idea. So again, we need to tune it. Let's give a little bit of a boost on that fundamental, get a bit more bottom end. See what this octave's like. 350. Let's knock a touch of that out and just try and get a little bit of stick in there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so without and with it. Okay, so now that we'll listen to the whole kit with the EQ in, and then I'll drop it out. If I drop drum EQ out, that's the raw kit, and that's it in. So all I've done is the EQ on these drums, as you've seen. Find the fundamental, and then you can go through each octave and harmonic of everyone and see what it sounds like, knock out what you don't like. Yeah, there you go. So DrumQ by AIX DSP. Fantastic EQ for this kind of thing. Really simple. And there is a dynamic section. You can solo each band. As I say, there is an overview. You know, so there's a lot to this plugin to dive into. I just want to show you the basics today. So I hope you like this. As I said before, if you want to buy any of these plugins, I'll put my affiliate links in the description. Please go down there and use them. That'll be really cool. Yeah, speak to you soon. Bye now.